Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome to another video here on Variety and Errors, where we're going to go through some pocket money and see if we find anything worth more than face value. So it looks like just a good, decent mix of, got some fives, tens, ones in there. Mix of bills from the last few days, and we'll see if we come across anything. So let's check out the serial numbers. This one's actually kind of interesting to start off with. If we would have mixed it around a little bit, it would have been a great repeater bill, being eights, fives, twos, and threes if we would have just kind of swapped a few numbers around. But the pattern of that serial number isn't collectible enough for me. But it is something that's interesting to keep an eye out for, is for stuff that has serial numbers that would have repeater numbers in it that are actually in a pattern. Like if this was 8523, 8523, then I would definitely hold on to it. But in this case, not collectible enough for me. Moving on. Good repetition of sixes in there with the double sixes here. But once again, unless it's kind of jumbled together, being like 4 sixes in a row, and then say, even if it was a trinary, like 4 sixes in a row, 2 nines, and a 2 fours, that would have been something I'd hold on to. But just having a few digits repeat like that isn't worth my time personally. A couple digits off from broken ladder, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we'd have had a 6 here and an 8 instead of a double 7, we'd have had a nice broken ladder there in that serial number. But aside from that, I don't see much else going on with this bill. Nothing with the print, nothing, no ink issues or misalignments or anything like that. So keep on keeping on. Got ourselves 2009 series $1 note. Now this one is shifted a little bit in the seal here. As you can see, it's sitting over to the left just a tad, but it's well within the acceptable range for it to be shifted. Nothing different in this note as far as differences between this 2009 series and the previous 2013 series we just saw, aside from the signatures at the bottom. Another 2009 series note. Nothing in the serial number, nothing popping out as far as anything collectible on these so far, but that's one of the best things about this hobby is you end up with the same money that you started with. So, worst case scenario, I have the same exact amount of money that I had before this bill search even started. Meanwhile, when you finish watching this video, if you want to see values on coins, I am steadily putting out a bunch of different coin videos that cover, well, pretty much any U.S. currency, U.S. coinage that's come out in the last 150 years. So check that out. It's starting off with modern coinage, since I think that's more appropriate. But check that out if you're into collecting coins. So far, haven't seen anything super jump out on me yet. Got a little bit of an over ink here, but nothing to call home about. No shifts yet, no misaligned prints or anything like that. These are definitely all super circulated. So we haven't come across one crisp bill yet, but my hopes are high. Little bit shifted up in the seal and the serial numbers here. As you can see, this is sitting kind of high. But that's not going to be a collectible thing, but something to keep an eye out for. Would be shifted seals, both in the Federal Reserve Bank seal there on the left, that's the black seal, and the green seal, which is the Department of the Treasury seal. You'll see shifts in those on pretty much every denomination if you come across it. Here's an interesting little stamp. A counter stamp of some sort, or a business stamp used. So I guess at some point this was, I guess, sitting on a stack of money in one way or another, and they decided to stamp it. So that's interesting enough. But although I love stamp notes, that one's not crazy enough for me to hold on to, so we'll kind of keep on keeping on. Double 39s there in the beginning of this 2009 series notes serial number, but once again, it's a good example, as the other ones previously in this bill search were, that unless you got something else here, you know, it's a good start with 3939, unless it was repeating itself, another 3939, zeros, all ones, then it's just a good old dollar and not worth any premium over face value, in my opinion. Nothing crazy there. Keep on chugging along. You know, I go through tons and tons of bills, and unfortunately, I don't find stuff in every single bill search. So this is kind of looking like it, but we'll see. We still got a fair amount of bills left over, and this one's really beat up. It'd be hard to tell if there's anything collectible on this $10 note due to the damage to it. It's definitely been wet. It's thinned out due to moisture. And then, of course, it's all wrinkled up and banged up. Heavy over ink. I might actually hold on to this one. This is a 2013 series, and if you watch any of my videos, I kind of always beat a dead horse by stating that the over ink is very, very common, although eons ago in another video, I held on to another heavy over ink like this, and I think I'm going to hold on to this one just off tops. Also, it's got a little tag right there of extra ink too, so I actually like that one quite a bit. A heavy over inked serial number there, so I'm going to hold on to that. So far, minor find. Not going to complain though. 2009 series note. Real beat up. It's been folded multiple times in the center for whatever reason. 2009 series would put it kind of towards the end of its life as far as circulation life to a $1 banknote. Nothing there. Lots of repetition in this bill search though. You can see that depletion of color there from it being wet at some point. It was folded like this and then got wet. That's all that discuss. So it's not an ink smear, just to give you an idea of something to look for. That's a telltale sign the bill was wet at some point. So if you're looking at it, don't get overly psyched that you have an ink issue or ink error. That's just wear and tear from general circulation. So. Little writing on the wall, $135 at one point, so thank you to whoever did that. 2009 series note, you can tell from this dirty discoloration, it's passed hands many, many times. That's from the oil from people's fingers, so. It's also taped one corner, so it's definitely all beat up, damage to the back, so nothing really jumping out at me. Last bill here, good repetition, once again, little bit of stray ink. But nothing in the serial number. It ends off with a great one, so if we would have been able to add that 3939 or 3535 from that previous bill and this double repeater of 6363, we would have had something, but unfortunately not in this one. So a small find in this bill search with a really, really heavy over-inked 9 there, and actually a little bit of a raised last 3 digits of this serial number. So we have a couple different things going on with this $1 banknote from Series 2013. But let me know what you've come across in your bill and coin searches lately in the comments below, and I will see you in the next video.